Welcome back guys, balik lagi bareng gua Wendy. Welcome back guys, balik lagi bareng gua Wendy. Halo guys, balik lagi bareng gua Wendote. Halo guys, balik lagi bareng gua Wendote. Kenapa gua sekarang milih nama Wendote? Karena biar sama aja sama channel. Jadi gak usah pakai nama gua lagi di channel. Itu spesial buat 5 video nanti yang terakhir di part kelima. Jadi kemungkinan dari sekarang sampai nantinya gue bakalan pakai nama Wendote aja. Oke. Jadi ya tanpa tunggu lama-lama lagi, kita mulai aja videonya. Video yang di part 5 di nomor 5. Oke guys, let's go. Bang.
The Polish Haunting. The next sequence of videos comes from the YouTube channel The Slamming Door. The man behind the channel has been experiencing some creepy events, which he just can't seem to explain. It all started one day on a Sunday when he was sitting on his computer chair and suddenly heard crackling noises coming from the attic. After checking,
Baru mulai coy. Oke, kita skip.
he discovered that the double
Skip
doors
sendiri.
to the balcony inside the attic had been opened, and after thoroughly looking around, he found no sign of anything or anyone that could have done this. However, a little later on, the phenomenon repeated itself, and more strange and disturbing noises could be heard coming from around the house. He claims that the house was built 15 years ago by his own family, and nobody has died in it, nor is there any bad history with the land surrounding it, so he thought there was a more rational explanation for this paranormal activity. But after these occurrences, he couldn't deny the paranormal any longer.
Let's go. Oke. Sorry. Halo. Bukan video, bukan VCD. Apa ya? Wait. Wait. Jangan. Bang, gua kan capek masang bang. Jangan dicopot lah. Tim razem widok ze kamer. Setahu ico. Udah amat lah. Oke. Ini lo tau nggak setan Bangor? Bangor itu apa ya? Nakal, bandel, nggak bisa dibilangin. Apa ya, Bangor? Ya bandel lah gitu. Kenapa gue bilang begitu? Karena kata mak gua, lu nggak boleh lari-larian di tangga. Ya, lanjut. Jangan lari-larian di tangga, kan jatuh dibilangin. Ya.
Kurwa, jeszcze nie teraz, jak w sobotę. Kurwa mać. No nie byłem jak powiem, żeby tu wrócić. Za chuj.
Baju. Lari, cabut, cabut, kabur, cabut.
Now, after this terrifying experience, he had a priest come over to bless his house. And he said since then, everything stopped as if it were magic,
This cleric,
or so he thought.
acolyte.
But after a few days' business
Apa
trip,
perbedaannya guys?
he returned home to find his house in a complete mess of a state. And on another day, he hears one of the doors making noise outside and goes to investigate, but ends up having an unnerving experience.
Apa sih pintunya didorong, dorong pelan lah, dorong manja.
Latające dziawki, normalne.
Bentar, bentar. Ada yang nyambit kah? Tadi nggak ada kayunya. Oh, iya.
Latające dziawki, normalne.
Kayu apa tombak itu?
The owner of the house decides he's had enough and goes inside to get his keys so he can stay at his girlfriend's house, while he waits until he moves into a new home. But such a simple mission turns out to be quite terrifying.
Ja muszę wziąć stąd tylko klucze.
Iya. Ambil kuncinya. Mau pergi kayaknya dia dari rumah ini. Rendak. Tuh, coba. Arno gua sama suaranya. Duh.
Ja muszę stąd wziąć tylko klucze.
Okay.
Woi.
Wychodzimy.
Dobra. Prada.
Wychodźmy szybko. Co to miało? Popatrz.
Prada.
Agnieszka, zasługuję. Tu się dziwne...
Bilangin kata mak gue jangan lari-lari di tangga.
Ja się boję, Bomba, wyjdźmy stąd już, proszę cię, co?
Tu nggak jelas.
Słyszysz? Mówiłem ci, że tu się dzieją dziwne rzeczy.
Oh,
Czekaj,
lampunya goyang.
As they head in,
Tenang, udah gue kunciin katanya.
objects fall off and move by themselves, and music starts playing downstairs in one of the rooms, along with the lights swinging on the ceiling and a chair moving. The front door even slams shut on them before they can come back to lock it. Whatever entity is inside must really want the house for itself. I guess if the land and the house has no bad history, he must have an object inside that has something attached to it. Either that or something is following him, which means he
Lampunya
won't
tadi
be
gerak-gerak,
safe
terus
no
kursinya juga
matter
gerak.
where he goes. The Dark Tunnel,
Nomor 4,
suggested
The
by
Dark
Jeremiah
Tunnel.
Smith. This next video comes from the YouTuber Mr. Omega, who lives in New Zealand and likes to go on adventures in old abandoned areas, sometimes even staying overnight. In this video, he decides to stay overnight in the old Spooners Tunnel, a tunnel completely devoid of life,
Anda,
located in the middle of nowhere. The tunnel was built in 1981 and is the longest disused railway tunnel in New Zealand, after it failed to be connected to the national rail network and eventually closed in 1955. As Omega arrives, he immediately has second thoughts after laying his eyes on the spooky tunnel. Despite that, he still continued and went inside to look for a place to settle for the night.
The nerves are really starting to kick in now.
Sorry. Sorry, gue nge-pause. Ini anjing yang di tunnel waktu itu kalau nggak salah, yang ada merah. Itu di part keberapa ya? Ini juga pernah ini. Yang di video yang ini juga di part keberapa gitu. Oke, kita lanjut aja.
I want to be spending a night in this thing. Oh no. I don't know about this, guys. What the frick? It's too dark to go in there without any form or source of light. So that's the next thing we need to get out of the pack. Oh, there's my baby. This is my massive dolphin torch. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shine right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure. Alright, Max, you ready for another adventure? Alright, Max. Let's do this. I managed to secure myself a place to stay for the night, and as you can see out here, it is totally dark now. The sun's gone right down. There's no more light left. If I turn my light off, now this is the freaky thing. When I turn this light off, it is totally pitch black and silent. You ready? Here we go.
Ready.
Wow. I'm not
ready?
doing too bad at this point. I feel good having the dog here. Where are you, Max? Max! There you are. There he is. I feel better having my dog with me. I mean, obviously, if I didn't have Max, it'd be a little bit creepy. Obviously, I feel like safer with my dog being here. He will always bark if anyone comes uninvited to visit us in the night. So I'll always wake up. I'm a light sleeper as well, so I'm always going to wake up to hearing Max's bark. Don't know, Max. I'm always going to hear what you're going to say to me, eh? But yeah, tea is served. Looking very yummy. Obviously, I'm starving hungry, so I'm going to eat that right now.
Now, aside from the creepy dark atmosphere from the tunnel, things seem to be going well. Omega has some food, and even has a little power nap. However, he eventually realizes that he has no signal within the depths of the tunnel, but he needs to make a search on his phone. So he heads back to the entrance, and as he arrives, he reloads the internet page on his phone to show the current time. It is now just hitting 4:10 AM, and he is about to go back inside. When he does, things get really creepy, and he captures something absolutely terrifying.
We're gonna go back in. We're gonna complete our overnight challenge. Yes, yes we do.
Alright, Max, let's go back in. Here it is. Woo! Max! Oh, my gosh, damn tripod. I hear some sort of tune out. Max, come here. Come here. Oh, shit. Max. Who's that? Who's that, Max? What the actual? Can you guys hear that? Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? Ugh. What the?
Lagu dari mana itu? Oh bukan, ngerti guys.
Hello? What is that? Max, what is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? Is anyone here? What is that? Oh! Max! Hurry up! Max! Max! Get me home!
After heading back into the tunnel, a strange toy can be seen on the floor, just playing Happy Birthday repeatedly. And then his heart sinks into the depths of despair after he sees a creepy man sticking out from one of the manholes on the tunnel walls. So he does what anyone filled with despair would do: run away without a second thought. Omega says that he has no idea what happened, nor why anyone would be lurking in this long abandoned tunnel after 4 AM, especially since it is freezing cold and located far from where any people should be. He is also confused as to why his dog Max didn't bark or react at all to the presence or sight of this man, almost as if he was a complete ghost, which is strange as Max is usually very alert. So, was this a real man lying in wait to pounce, using a creepy toy as bait, or something paranormal? Whatever the case, it's certainly chilling either way. If you have any video recommendations, you can send them over at depthsofdespair01@gmail.com. Something inside. TikTok user Rafikishmu just so happened to stumble across an abandoned building one day and decided to go inside and explore. No. TikTok user Rafikishmu just so happened to stumble across an abandoned building one day and decided to go inside and explore. No other context was provided, but what he captured inside is enough to give you the chills. Take a look.
I just found this abandoned house, and I think I'm gonna go inside this thing. Wish me luck.
I wish you luck.
Okay, it's pretty spooky in here. It's gutted. It's all gutted. that noise?
Pantulan cahaya.
Something
Kira mata.
weird noise, man. I don't know what I'm hearing. What the fuck is? Hello,
What?
dude. Oh my god! No!
A pair of glowing eyes can be seen looking out from behind the corner.
Oh iya bener, berarti
And
gue
then as
lihatnya
he
juga
goes
di situ.
around, someone or something can be seen in the corner of the room before it quickly charges at him. Some viewers say it could be a shadow figure, but it also looks like it could be a person since it's hard to see the black mass from the shadow figure at the bottom of the legs. So, is this a real shadow figure inside a haunted house? Or just a simple ruse? The judgment is yours.
Ada kakinya sama tangan pas lagi gerakan lari itu
Attached
orang
to
kayak
the
orang.
baby. A
Attached to the
TikTok
baby.
account by the name Ren May has a collection of videos showcasing this family's happy life with their little baby Ren May. They have many different wholesome videos of everyday experiences. However, on one night, they captured something
kasihan
creepy on camera, which nobody was expecting. Watch closely.
Kenapa harus beda kamar? Enggak. Apa? Apaan tuh? Bisa gue zoom kan? Cuma segitu doang.
The night vision camera in the room captures a strange black shadow that looks like it enters the room and drops down before disappearing. And then some fingers can be seen pressing onto the side of the bed, as if they were trying to climb up. What makes this seem even more genuine is that when the father wakes up after hearing a sound and looks over to the crib, the hand quickly retracts and descends back into the darkness. Now, after these creepy incidents, the parents decided to let little Ren sleep with them out of
Kalau di
fear for her
orang tua itu
safety.
guys.
But it appears that didn't stop the activity from occurring.
Soalnya di kiri. Kalau di kanan apa?
The crib looks like it's alive and breathing or pulsating and even moves by itself. Many viewers suggested that the whole crib itself has an entity attached to it, while the others believe that there is something attached to the A pair of hands with long fingers can be seen before they quickly disappear into what is meant to be a flat space. What's worse is that a creepy face seems to manifest out of nowhere, and you can clearly see the glowing eyes and the nose before it vanishes. Then a few seconds later, one of the parents comes in, and we can see that the crawl space just barely reaches their ankles. So it would be extremely hard for someone to be hiding underneath, and it's also cluttered with objects. After a few days of Ren sleeping with her parents, nothing seemed to happen, and they assumed it was safe to let little May return to her bed once again, which turned out to be a big mistake.
Pala, bayangan. Lihat video deh. Amat. Gue nonton apa sih?
This time, a shadow silhouette of a person rises up against the wall right beside the crib and quickly grows bigger, and then the same creepy hands can be seen reaching out and moving the mattress. The family has no idea what they have been seeing or what's going on inside their home, but hopefully they decide to watch Little Wren closely before something truly sinister happens. Witch in the Woods. The last video was taken in May of 2016, when early morning one day, two guys decided to go on an excursion deep into the woods. They were exploring an area when they heard a loud scream not too far off that caught their attention, and as they arrived at the location of the sound, they caught a glimpse of the source and heard it again, which terrified them.
Indonesia nih kayaknya nih.
What is that?
Bukan.
The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Hey! Kale! Oh shit!
As we look into the depths of the forest, we can see what looks like a ghostly apparition of a woman who is bent forwards. The scream she makes sends the explorers running without hesitation. That's all for today, guys, but if you like this video, subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you never miss an upload. And with that being said, you can follow the original depth.
Jadi sampai situ aja. Sorry, tendang tripod ya. Nah, jadi sampai situ aja. Ke part kelima dan part terakhir dari video top 30 Scariest Ghost dari Depth of Despair. Jadi nanti kita akan mereaksi video yang lain, video horor ke, mau video apa ke, nanti akan gue coba reaksi lagi. Itu aja. Jangan lupa like, comment, and share. Subscribe juga video-video gua, dibagiin ke teman-teman kalian, ke kerabat kalian, ke semuanya. Jadi biar channel gue bisa berkembang. Terima kasih banyak dan sampai jumpa.